guys, we are back. We're going to talk about this Shirley Strawberry and her husband, Ernesto Ernest Williams.
Yes, Ernest. Don't try to give him that cool name.
I think
Ernest.
his last name Williams. Whatever his name
Ernest
is.
Williams, yeah.
We're going to talk about that on a relationship type topic because we got some questions. Stay tuned for more.
We keep it real. Expressing how we feel. Whoa. So come on in and sip some tea. Join the KoEd family. We're about relationships and review. Making it fun just for you. Go with God, let God go with you. It's time for Courtney and Eddie.
I always put God
first.
What's going on, KoEd Camp folks? How y'all doing today? Welcome back to another video of Courtney and Eddie. I'm Eddie, aka E-Dub. This is my lovely wife.
Courtney, also known as Coco.
This right here is Courtney and Eddie. This channel is all about relationships. It's all about reviews. It's all about entertainment. It's all about our famous rants. And today we're going to be talking about Shirley Strawberry and Ernest. Ernest go to camp. He should be in camp. He actually is in camp.
Ernest going to jail. Wasn't that an episode?
Yeah, it was
in jail.
Ernest, hey, true to form. True to form.
So if you're brand new to this channel and haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And if you like the tees that we're wearing today, you should see them around this video, or you can go to KoEdwear.com to purchase. All right, you guys, so let's get into it. For those that are new, we do have a dating segment that will be coming up on this show, which is called Single and Available Virtual Mixers. So make sure that you plug in, subscribe, and make sure you turn that notification bell on and go to our community tab and see the flyer. But more information will be coming out this week on how you can be a part of this exclusive hunting, this exclusive virtual mixer. It's not for everybody.
That's right. Mm-hmm. So Shirley, once you get your divorce, you can come over here. We can hook you up. No. We'll do you right. We're not gonna hook you up with somebody like Ernest. We're gonna do background checks and everything else for you. Cause you know, everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. Shirley. Everybody needs someone in their life.
All right, you guys. So let's just go ahead and talk about this. So I know that, honey, if you hadn't been hiding up on the rock, you already know what was going on. For me, I found out about it probably before the blogs found out, I ain't gonna say that, but before it became this big blow up, because I'm just strolling on my YouTube, minding my own business. When I seen this video, it was called Biodiversity Law. And it was just like a bunch of lawyers and criminals, when they do their Zoom calls, because now they do Zoom, and it was just on the screen and they were just talking, but the caption got me and said Shirley Strawberry husband has been exposed or something like that. So and I was just watching a little court case, and his lawyer was just talking about, so they call him Ernesto, or he called him Ernesto, but Ernest. How Ernest done swindled and scheme and scam and all this stuff, and now he's in the jail. And he done. Go ahead, baby.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It wasn't just Ernest by himself. It was some other woman that helped him scam people over $1 million, right? Yeah,
but Ernest been a schemer and a scammer for a long time. In the 80s, in the 90s, this woman hasn't always been around him, so he was scamming
no doubt,
for a long time. Now we wants to know, even though it's been said that what's his name, Steve, kind of hooked up.
Go ahead, tell your version.
Hooked up
Shirley.
And then I also heard that they met at a party somewhere and they kind of connected. So, who knows? But anyway, Shirley is 69 and Ernest is 58. So when they met, because they ain't been married that long.
No, I think 2 years, I think.
Oh, child. And so from what I understand that, if you know Shirley, she do the strawberry letters, which is a relationship. She give her advice, which, to be honest, I ain't too much like her advice. But anyway, she get her input on it. Then Steve come and cancel all that stuff out, honey, and put his spin on it. Which
every strawberry letter, that's how it goes down, man.
Shirley, That was good.
Yeah.
But
yeah, she goes in hard and like, ooh, she like, okay, Shirley, yeah, I hear you. And Steve come right
he
behind her.
wipe all that out.
Yeah, Control Alt Delete.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I must admit, even though I know Steve be having his issues and people don't like him, I must admit that sometimes his advice is better than what Shirley have to say, because sometimes Shirley just give like a blanketed, like it don't be no substance to it for me, and Steve just kind of break it down in a, just a way that you can.
Well, it is called the Steve Harvey Show. So
yeah, but still, if it's called the strawberry letter, then she need to be strawberry in that letter.
But that strawberry letter is on Steve Harvey's show.
But the thing is, I can tell by that strawberry letter, honey, that she did. Yeah, I can tell, honey. She don't know how to get no good advice. But anyway, so with that being said, so she give all this relationship advice, which me personally have never been one to be a relationship guru. I can give you what I did. I can tell you what worked for me, but I'm not finna sit up here and start telling y'all. And so don't expect that when we had this date. I'm not finna give you. I can only tell you what worked for me, because, honey, sometimes these relationship gurus, relationship couples, all this stuff, honey, be scheming and scamming, and we have a whole bunch of stuff going on behind the scenes. Not saying we got that, but I'm just saying I don't want to be the expert for nobody's life or relationship, because I think it's a different form and a different formula for a lot of people. I don't know how you grew up. I don't know your background. I don't know your trauma. I don't know what you need to be healed from. So I just think a blanketed advice to give to somebody on what they need to do may not work for everybody. Now that's out the way. So
can I say something?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm on here too now. Okay. Yeah.
Well, you butt in like you always
No,
do.
you was on a rant. I ain't want to butt in.
That's what it called, a rant, right?
Okay, yeah, but you's gonna go to the next subject. Let me say something. Yeah, going back to being a relationship coach. The reason why some people don't want to be a relationship coach, like you just said, is because if you're a relationship coach or a counselor, whatever you want to call yourself, people are going to be scrutinizing your relationships, okay? Because they're going to say, how can you give me good advice? You can't follow your own advice.
Right.
So you got to be walking around on eggshells trying to get advice, because, people going to look at your lifestyle, and so no, because I know, if I get relationship advice, somebody mine's all jacked up, how can you trust me to give you some good advice?
Right.
And so now people going to be looking at Shirley like, you gonna give me advice?
They do.
And now look at you. You fell for this swindler here, this scammer, and you gonna try to give me advice? So that's gonna hurt her integrity when it comes to giving relationship advice. Now, in my opinion, what's that?
That strawberry letter.
Oh,
child, them folks done balled up that strawberry letter. How in the world is you giving me advice on anything, and you got a whole schema and a scammer that you married to, locked in with, that has not just been new at this, that he was doing it in the 80s and the 90s before he met you?
Yeah, because back then I think he went to jail. He went to state jail and federal jail. Okay, allegedly, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, when you in your 60s and you up in age, you kind of need to kind of look at the background and try to find out about this person's history. You know what I'm saying? Especially you're a high profile person like she is. I don't understand how she got hoodwinked like that. Is it because she was desperate to find someone because she's older? That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. Older or not, I would not trust nobody. I don't care if she said, well, this Steve friend or he know him or whatever. I was still going to do a background check. I did one on my husband. I asked him, did you want to do one on me? So I did you do a background check, and then that background check, I'm sure it would have pulled up his felony, because he had a felony back in the 80s and they say the 2000s. And so it would have pulled up all that information. If he went to Shirley and say, well, that was my past, I don't do that no more. So, he ended up getting a celebrity, a barbershop that was very exclusive, and it was for a celebrity. It was open 24 hours a day. Not just for celebrities, but celebrities went there. It was open 24 hours a day. Okay, what else you got? And so, but yeah, if he would have said that, I'm sorry, felonies and his history was long before he met Shirley.
Well, then again, he probably had the gift of tongue. You know what I'm saying?
Gift, yeah.
He
influence,
probably,
he
can kind of
influence.
Very good word. He's probably persuaded Shirley, saying like, okay, yeah, that's my past. I'm a changed man. I'm a reformed man now. That back then I made mistakes. I learned from them. Now I'm a better person. I'm on the right path now. So I'm not gonna do stuff like that no more. And she probably believed it. Apparently she did believe it. Okay, so she married the guy. So, but still, you know what I'm saying? Because you did something in the past, should you be discounted as a person?
Well, you say he went to felony jail and state jail, felony jail, federal jail, and
I hope there ain't no felony jail.
So
He went to federal prison and state prison. Okay, so he does have a lengthy track record.
Well, let me say this. Like you said, being a high profile celebrity, even though some people don't know her, but her being a celebrity that she is, because she not just was on Steve Harvey show, she was on Monique, she's acted, she's been in, I think, a part of the movie, she's been, so she was well known. She was she was married to the name Strawberry. What's his name?
Darryl Strawberry.
Yeah, so she
baseball
was known. Player. She had a celebrity husband, right?
Yeah, baseball. Yeah.
So yeah, that matters. I'm sorry. So
I get what you're saying.
At that point, you connected me to all that mischief you did in the past, so I cannot be a part of it.
And I totally agree with you. But here's the problem. She's almost 70 years old. And when you get 70 years old, you're up in age, you feel like, I don't want to die alone. And you get desperate. That's what I'm thinking. She just got desperate. She found the first person that semi had something going on and looked nice and showed her some interest. And she felt, and Steve vouched for him.
Yeah,
that's the key thing.
He walked her down the aisle, and then she got engaged on his show. Right. Because the thing is that people feel like, okay, if y'all seen the segment, y'all can go as Plastic Era on YouTube. But I also went to, when I first seen that when I told y'all Biodiversity Law, I seen that, and then Chronicle Speaks did a breakdown on it, which is amazing. And so when I saw all of that and stuff, and then when on the Steve Harvey show, when Ernest was on the phone, and I guess Shirley thought she was gonna get this man advice, blah blah blah, whatever. And then Steve she listened to the man. She never did pick up on her man's voice. Now let me tell you something. I'm gonna pick up on my husband's voice because I know his voice. And she just listened, and Steve had to say, "That's your man, huh? What?" And he came in the door.
But you gotta understand, Shirley and Ernest, how long did they know each other before they got engaged? It wasn't long. I think it was like 6 months, and they got married real soon.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that people, like I said, I didn't listen to the show all the time, but I know that people were saying that Shirley waited a long time for a good man.
Yeah.
Was she celibate? Yeah. All that stuff, praying to God for a good man.
I think she had her first child when she was 42 years old, and so she waited. She waited and she kept waiting. And like I said, I think the key for her was that Steve vouched for this guy.
And then the fact is, you wait all this time and this what you get?
Well, like I said,
you wait all this.
I'm assuming a lot of guys try to holler at Shirley. Okay, let's keep it real. I think a lot of guys was trying to talk to her, but they might not met her standards. But by Steve vouching for Ernest.
But then Ernest, like he had something going on as well,
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I get that, but you got
status looking and all that stuff.
You got that plus Steve vouching for him. So I'm assuming Shirley put a lot of trust in Steve, and she trusted Steve to, hey, this guy must be a good dude, since Steve gonna put his name attached to the situation. And either Steve didn't know about this guy past, or he knew about it. He persuaded Steve to say, "Hey man, I'm gonna change dude now." But he got in there. He got in there.
He probably what they call. He probably persuaded Steve too.
That's what I'm saying. He persuaded Steve. You know what I'm saying? So he probably persuaded Steve. Say, "Hey, I'm a good man now, man. That's in the past." And he got in there, and he's still running game. So then on top of that, he had. Go ahead. You gonna tell him about the girlfriend he had?
No,
too?
Go ahead, baby.
On top of that, he got some girlfriend. Where's the girlfriend was located at?
Well, then why you gonna ask?
No, she was in Florida. Yeah, he had a girl side chick in Florida.
Well, actually, she was next door.
What?
Yes.
Next door to what?
Go to Chronicle Speaks, baby. She lived right next door.
Say what?
Yeah, she lived right next door to them.
That's news to me. I didn't even know that. Really?
Yeah,
I thought she was in Florida.
I think after the fact, but Shirley and him had a house, whatever that was, and then the news was saying that this other house that they scammed was right next door where him and the girlfriend stayed, that they did not pay the rent in. and they was using like hot checks to do the maintenance around the house, but they never did pay no rent. Now, so that's the house, which was right next door to where Shirley and them was staying. Bam.
Wow.
So yeah, he had the girlfriend right next door and everything. So currently now, you know, it was a $2 million scam. He got to stay away from children and the animals. Not knowing what the animals he was doing, but the children he got to stay away from.
Well, here's the thing. They said he had something on his phone.
Yeah, don't use certain words you can't say.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying he had something on his phone. We don't know what it was, but it was to the point that he had to stay around from kids. He couldn't be around kids. He couldn't be around animals. Bruh, what did you do to the animals?
Yeah.
Oh, man. And that's what I'm saying, ladies. I know when you get older, you know, the dating pool shrinks. We get that. But still take your time. Do your research. Background checks. Make sure you know this person. Make sure you know this guy, especially if you got kids.
Yeah.
Make sure you know this man. And vice versa with guys. Yeah. You know, you got some women out there, they scandalous too.
Right.
So yeah.
Both on both ends.
Right.
Do your background check. You know, he also has to stay away from a list of people, and he has to stay away from her Shirley daughter and grandchildren. So he had to stay away from them. He cannot communicate with them because it said that, I think if I heard correctly, they're victims too, allegedly. And so yeah, he had to stay away from that. But Shirley said, honey, I'm gonna stick beside him and fight for my man. Stand by your man. So yeah, she's standing by her man. So she told in the court documents, I want my husband home. The attorney said, yes, can he please go home to can he please go home to his wife, or there be a divorce? I said, and it should be. And it should be.
And on top of that,
ain't no way.
Hold on. Let me say this before I forget. Let me say this. Let me say this. They was still talking about, he called her up and said, hey man, hey Shirley, can you talk to Steve so I can use his house in Dubai so I can leave the country? And she was contemplating that.
I thought it was Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi. Yeah, Abu Dhabi. She actually thought about it. Bruh. I don't know what kind of game this man run, but he picked a good one.
Yeah, he did. And then the fact too that Shirley want her husband, and it seemed like this man could have did something to your grandchildren.
No, you okay?
These is page I wrote on. Another doggone strawberry what? Get a strawberry left. Forget the blueberry left. Forget the melon left.
I hope you clean all this stuff up, man.
Sure ain't finna do
that's right, man.
All right.
I sure ain't gonna clean all that up.
Strawberry letter.
But yeah, man. But like I said, when you get older, dating pool shrinking. Some women get desperate. They don't want to be lonely.
Ernest went to jail.
Well, like I said, Ernest is not the only dude out there that run game like this. There's a lot of guys that they prey on women that's that's desperate like this, man. So he's not the only one. He's just been exposed, okay. And like I said, once again, ladies, you got to take your time. Be careful out there. You got a lot of guys, especially you got something going on in your life. They're gonna scam you. They're gonna try to run that game on you. Check, do your research. Check them out. Like I said, especially you got little kids. Check them out. Real talk. All joking aside, man, because this right here is, this is a bad look for Shirley, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
On that note, you guys, that's all we got. Did you want to talk about the Kiki thing, or you want to talk about it on another video? Kiki Palmer.
We talk about another video.
All right, you guys. On that note, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Don't forget to go with God and let God go with you.
I always put God first.
Deuces.